Good.
Can you say something?
Who, me?
Oh, cool. All right.
Wow.
Sugang's the wizard.
I'm just helping.
I appreciate it. We all appreciate it. One more minute to relax before we really turn on the extra turbo booster motors in our brains.
I'll make a small announcement
Okay.
to this group. Hi, everyone. If you are somehow using our Wi-Fi, please don't use the Diamond Sky one. If you somehow know the other one, you can use it. But the Diamond Sky one is for live streaming. Yeah, thank you. Did you turn on the speaker?
Yep. Hi, Gibson.
Hey again.
Good morning. Hi, Emily. Hey, Uncle
Hi.
Nick, you want to say anything smart?
Oh man, if only I could. Welcome to the Xuanzang's Tower, the Diamond Cutter Classics Translation Program. Thank you for joining. We're grateful to have you all here, and please keep coming and let's enjoy this wonderful class. And I won't take any time from it.
Okay, cool. Thank you, Nick. And thank you for doing all your hard work, especially lately. It's been a lot of hard work. And to keep us going, especially to grease the wheels of our finances. And thank you for that. Gibson, do you want to say something about your last book and about your new book? Okay. And then we'll start the class.
Okay. The last book, the title is The Song of My Spiritual Life. And this happened when Geshe Kaba in his 52 years old, and one of his students asking, hey, Geshe Kaba, you didn't talk much about your personal life. And could you give me some advice or write like a memo? And he said, yes. In order to remember all the long read, I will teach you. And this is the first time Geshe Kaba talked about his own spiritual life. And the famous verses in the line is that this is how I practice. And if you want to like me, then you could follow my teaching. You could follow my advice. And the second book is The Praise of Dependence, but actually Geshe Kaba is praising Lord Buddha because he teach about the emptiness, the teaching of the emptiness. And so this is our second book. And I realized these two books are famous combination when the master, they want to talk about a book in the public talk, and they would choose these two books to teach. And I'm very grateful for Geshe to give me these two books.
Cool. Thank you, Gibson. Nice talk. And I have to do some bragging. We got this morning, I got 2 new books. So these are all the books that we finished for the mixed nuts. And this morning we got a new book. This is Nick's book. This is, both of them are one book together because it's too fat to fit in one book. It's similar to my pants. And so I'm very impressed. It's called Nothing is the Way It Seems. It's the 60 verses of Nagarjuna. And I think it's about almost 700 pages, extremely difficult work, 6 or 7 years of very difficult work. And as usual, we put a lot of beautiful extra things in the book. And we're still working on the editing, but the first copy for one of our main sponsors came out this morning. We're shipping it to him soon. And I just wanted to congratulate Nick. So everybody should give Nick a hand. And I like to show off our books. I know I showed it before, but just quickly. This is Xuanzang's new book called Stopping the Circle of Sadness. And it's a beautiful book about the 12 links of the Wheel of Life. A very, very deep, very difficult book about the meaning of the Wheel of Life. And we'd like to congratulate Xuanzang. Yay! These are the two sutras of the Medicine Buddha. I think yesterday 800 people took initiation online with Gyaltse and Venerable Sunam, Venerable Gyaltse, Venerable Sunam. And there's only two sutras dedicated to Medicine Buddha. We found one of the sutras in a stupa in Afghanistan, written on tree bark. And we found it, we translated it, we input it. Thanks to John Brady's great project. This is the Diamond Cutter Sutra commentary translated 100 years ago by me and Ellie, Venerable Jigme. This is Word's Golden Key. I think it's by far the best book about the mind-only school that's ever been published in English. And I myself didn't understand the school that well. We don't do it in the Geshe course. It's sort of a sixth topic. And we just do it if you're lucky. So it's a beautiful, beautiful commentary, very difficult. And Word has finished it. This is called Karma Vibhanga, which is 2,500 years old. And in this book, Gautama himself, Lord Buddha himself, outlines all the possible kinds of karma, all the kinds of actions you can do, and the karmic results of those actions. And we found the illustrations from an ancient temple in Indonesia. And each of the kinds of karma is illustrated in this temple in Borobudur. And we found them, and our Mexican team, Gina Rivera, did a beautiful drawings from those. And that book's ready. Sunlight on Suchness, the commentary to the Heart Sutra. It's a fantastic commentary. It's not too common that people write commentaries on sutras. And so we found two great commentaries and translated those. By the way, every page, there's thousands of pages here. Every page takes 3, 4, 5 hours. So you're looking at, I don't know, 10,000 hours of work or something. It's an immense amount of work, very difficult work. And this is called Emptiness Meditations. This is the most popular book we have. And it's a whole description how to meditate, and then how to meditate on emptiness, done by Venerable Utpala, Betts Greer. And that's an awesome book. This is a new book by Ben Kramer, called Siddhanta, or Great Ideas of the East. And it says 101 enlightening belief systems from ancient Asia. And this is a traditional genre of literature where they review all the great systems of the past. So there are basically 101 religions are described in this book, and their details, and they're very, very beautiful. Comparative study of all the belief systems of ancient India. An extremely difficult book, and Ben Kramer did it, yay! Let's see. This is Adam Andrade's book. It's called A Door to Emptiness, and basically, we finished the first quarter. This is only one quarter of his first book, and it took 6-7 years to finish it. And those of you who know Chi Chedak, this is the main topic in this book. Traditionally, this book is called The Door to Emptiness, how to study mental images and how they become reality. And this book became a new DCI level, which is taught by 138,000 people took this level. So there you go. Congratulations to Adam on doing something that really helps people. Yay. Okay, don't worry, Gibson. We're going to talk about your book. Uh, okay. Mhm. I'm gonna share my screen. I hope. Let's see. Yeah. As Gibson mentioned, by the way, this is allergy season in Arizona. All of us are sneezing. I'm sorry. It's not very liquid. It's just kind of okay. And this is a book where Jetsun Kappa praised Lord Buddha, which doesn't sound very sexy, you know. Oh, Jetsun Kappa wrote a long praise of Lord Buddha, but actually, as usual, he hid a deep emptiness teaching in the praise. So he's praising Lord Buddha for teaching dependent origination, dependence, and then through emptiness. So the real name of the book is praising Lord Buddha for teaching cause and effect, or the pen through emptiness, teaching the pen through emptiness. You could have called this book Teaching the Pen Through Emptiness. Praising Lord Buddha because he taught the pen through emptiness. Okay, that's the real meaning of this title, and that's the real meaning of this book. I think about 40 years ago, I started a series of books called Classics of Middle Asia. And these are small pocket books, and they are meant to be carried in your purse or put in your glove compartment of your car. And they were designed to be small and something you could carry with you and study. And I was with my teacher on a bus in India, a very terrible bus ride. And there was a young hippie on the bus. He jumped up, came back, and showed us his copy of this book and thanked us for it. And people all around the world are carrying this little book around. So Gibson's been working on a couple of books that will be in this pocketbook series called Classics of Middle Asia. So his 2 books that he's working on now will be added to these classics, okay? Classics of Middle Asia. Okay, let's get to work. Shut up, Geshe. Okay, I'm gonna say XT10. Let's see. Oh no. Let's see. Let's do this way. Okay, this is a little summary of where we are with Gibson's book, his second book. We've reached the 3rd folio. We're gonna try to do about 1 folio. Folio means these long, ancient book style books carved out this way. And folio means, full folio means straight, the front side and the back side of the page. The root text is about 1,800 words, about 2,000 words. The commentary is about 6,000 words, and it does not include the root text, the poetry. So we've got Jetsun Kappa's original poetry, and then we have a commentary on the meaning of it. The commentary is by a person named Nguchu Dharmabhadra Quicksilver, Lama Quicksilver, very, very famous in our Vajrayogini lineage. And he wrote this commentary. So it's going to be a pocket book. This book it's going to be very similar to this book that we published before. So Gibson's working, he's already finished one of these books and he's started on the second one. Okay, it still has to go through the editing team, which is a very painstaking process. Yeah. So I figure Gibson, I think we can finish by the middle of next year. We can finish the second book. And we kind of made an agreement to go on to a very deep and difficult book called Chang Lekshe Ningbo, which is it marks a very, very important breakthrough in philosophy in the last 2,500 years. So Lord Buddha taught, he taught until he was 81, and he taught for about 50 years. In the case of Christianity, which I grew up with, we have only 30 pages of Jesus's teaching. Lord Buddha, we have hundreds and thousands of pages. He taught for 50 years. And so we have three great periods in which Lord Buddha taught, the three turnings of the wheel. In the first turning of the wheel, it was very boring. It's called Abhidharma. And he just covered all the kinds of stuff in the universe. And it's a long book. Stanley's working on it. We think it's going to take 26 years. I worked on it for 12 years with my teacher. And it's basically a survey of the entire universe in 8 chapters. And then in the second turning of the wheel, Lord Buddha let go and taught emptiness the way he wanted to. And there we see the Heart Sutra and the Dhammapada Sutra, the 8,000 Prajnaparamita, the 10,000 verse, the 15,000 verse, the 18,000 verse, 20,000 verse, 25,000 verse, 100,000 verses of the perfection of wisdom, Bodho Bolamido. And that caused a big controversy because in the first turning of the wheel, he didn't talk about emptiness. And then in the second turning of the wheel, he only talked about emptiness. And there was a big argument about which was the real, which did he really intend to teach? And that argument became the mind-only school. And out of that came the middle way school. And that was the third turning of the wheel. That argument about what he really meant became the third turning of the wheel. And really, it's a whole deep discussion about when should a teacher not teach it exactly right because the student's not ready. Okay, like what are the rules? When can a teacher make it more simple or dumb it down or even say something that may not be completely correct because the student's not ready? And then how can all the students analyze what the teacher says and decide what was meant to be taken literally and what was not meant to be taken literally? And that discussion, the rules for that discussion were first put down by Lord Buddha in a sutra called Sandhi Nirmochana Sutra. I'll tell you what I really meant. The sutra is called What I Really Meant. And you never know because the teacher will say what I really meant about something they didn't really mean. Okay. But that sutra started the debate. And then 2,000 years later, Tsongkhapa, he wrote a beautiful book, short book, only 1,000 English pages, about the rules for how do we know when the teacher is speaking literally? How do we know when they're speaking figuratively? What are the rules for understanding that? And he wrote a very deep book looking at the rules from the point of view of the mind-only school, and then looking at the same rules from the point of view of the middle way school. And why I mention it is because that's the third book that we assigned to the great translator Gibson Chang. And he's got to have to fight through that book next. Okay, so this book's going to last till the middle of 2024. And then when there's a new person on the football team, you always initiate them. When I was in high school, we made them get into a barrel of dog food. But we just made Gibson do 2 beginning books for this pocketbook series. And then he's going to start on his real book, which is this groundbreaking book about what's literal and what's not literal. Okay. And I'm looking forward to that. I've flirted with that book a lot, but I haven't been able to spend much time with it. Okay. Gibson pointed out that there's a little piece that we could have covered more. We didn't really cover it very, very carefully. And I think Gibson, it was, hang on. I had a dog at my house last night. He left hairs everywhere. Okay. I think there's 3 sections you wanted us to go over again, or we didn't cover them very clearly. So we're going to go to those 3 sections. It'll only take a few minutes, and then we'll go to the real subject today. So please, Gibson, I'm going to have you read for a few. Let's do these 3, and then you can pick on somebody else, okay?
Okay.
Please start here. Yeah.
Okay. Nipa tenja ki gone, tuba unlani, tenja shichu ki gone, chir tuba tang, sunchu ki gone, cheja du tubao.
Okay, good. What's the word tupa mean, Gibson?
Praise.
Yeah, praise. And Jetsun Kappa is praising Lord Buddha for teaching dependence, but through the style of emptiness. Okay. So he says, Tendel ki gone tupa. What does that mean, Gibson?
Praise of the Lord Buddha because he teaches the dependent.
Yeah, through dependence. Tendel means
Through dependent.
dependent. Okay. And he says, now that I reached the main part of my book, where I'm praising Buddha because he's so cool to teach this emptiness and dependence together, that has 2 parts. Tendel, he's going to praise Buddha for seek dependent origination. What's seek mean? Like Chenrei seek.
See.
Yeah, because he saw it. Okay. So first he's going to say, Lord Buddha, you are so cool because you saw the real meaning of the pen. Okay. You're so cool because you saw the real meaning of the pen. And then he's going to praise him for sung about that.
Taught us. Taught the dependent.
Yeah, thanks for teaching us about it. Number 1, you're cool because you saw it. Number 2, you're cool because you taught it to us after you saw it. Okay. So this whole book is going to be divided into praising Lord Buddha because he saw the meaning of the pen, and then praising Lord Buddha because he shared it with us. Okay. All right, let's go to the next. These are 3 pieces that we kind of left out before. Please read again, Gibson.
Okay. Tambola sum tenjao shik xing sube dumba mawa xian lei xie shuba ngaba tenjao jita shik xin sunbe chu tun du wao.
All right, good. These are 3 parts in the praise of Lord Buddha for seeing it, right? And then later we're going to praise him for teaching it. So 3 parts praising Lord Buddha for seeing it. Number 1, he says, you are Ke Shuk. Ke Shuk means Kepada Shupa. Kepada Shupa. Ke Shuk means, Gibson translated as exceptional. You are much cooler. You are much, much cooler than what? Other Mawas, other Tumbas.
Other teacher.
You are much cooler than other teachers. Why? Because you taught dependent origination. You taught the pen. That makes you super cool, cooler than other teachers. So that's going to be the first section here. Secondly, we're going to praise him for Jita Sik. We're going to praise Lord Buddha for what, Gibson?
How he see the dependent.
Yeah, the way you understood the pen was super cool. Number 1, you're cooler than anybody else. Number 2, you're super cool because how you saw the pen, how you explained the pen. And number 3, Dundawa. What's that?
A summary.
Yeah, then we're going to wrap up, and then we're going to move on to what?
To how he taught it.
Yeah, secondly, you're cool because you taught it. First, you're cool because you saw it. And you're cool in 3 ways. Number 1, you're cooler than other teachers. You saw it in a special way, and you summarized it for us in a special way. Then he's going to go on to describing how Lord Buddha is cool because how he taught it. Okay, how he taught the pen. All right. Please read 27, Gibson, and then you're free to pick on other people.
Okay. Tambolani, Demba Lama Mepa Trupatang, Dumba Lama Mepa Trupao.
Good. Okay, the first thing is two parts. Yeah. Yeah. Tembalana Mepa Dupa. This dupa means we're going to prove. Okay. This dupa means we're going to prove what?
We're gonna prove right why the teaching is matchless.
Yeah, this teaching is cooler than any other teaching. And then we're going to teach why the Tumba is Lana Mepa.
Why the teacher, Lord Buddha, is
Yeah.
matchless.
So first we're going to say, hey, this teaching about the pen and emptiness, that's the coolest teaching in the universe. And number two, the person who taught it is the coolest teacher in the universe. Okay. Got it. All right. Now we're going to go to the real part that we didn't study yet. And Gibson's going to choose somebody to read, and you're going to correct them.
Okay. Venerable Chunjong.
Uh-oh. You got to turn your microphone on.
Okay. Nipa tonpa lana mepa trupa lani tendril tonpa ma wa shenle kie suksulgang data bui tonpa lana mepa la chaksel chaksel.
Good.
Oh.
Thank you. Good reading. Okay, number one, we're going to drupa that our tumba is lana mepa. What's that mean?
Oh, we are going to prove the teacher is matchless.
Yeah, and can you give me, Gibson, a common word that uses this BLA, la.
Lama.
Yeah, lama, the word lama, this is how it's spelled, BLA. And it means someone who's higher. So here we're going to say our teacher's higher because he taught the pen and emptiness. Okay, and that's going to have two parts. You are Keshuk than other people who talked about Tendo.
You are much more cooler than the
good.
other teacher
Who taught Tendo.
who taught the dependence.
Yeah, look, lots of people taught about dependence, but you're the coolest dependence teacher. Okay, you taught it the pen. You used the pen. Okay, and then he's going to chalk sell to this kind of cool teacher.
He's going to bow down.
Yeah, he's going to do
this teacher.
He's going to do a formal bowing down to that teacher. Okay, good. Who's next, Gibson?
Let me see. Anastasia.
Okay. Turn on your microphone.
No.
Today. Nope.
No.
Dandy, Shandu, Shesok, Sikjet, Chi, Gi, Donla.
Nice. Sounds like one of Word's students. So what's Dumbany, Gibson? The first one.
The first one is we are going to prove that the teacher is matchless.
Yeah, and that first point is contained in the next verse of the root text. Who wrote the root text? Tsongkhapa, poetry, right? Who wrote the commentary? Quicksilver. Lama
Quicksilver.
Okay. In about the 1700s. Okay. He lived about 300 years after Tsongkhapa. Okay. And he's a great teacher. Great stuff. Quicksilver. And again, if you have a chance to read his Vajrayogini commentaries, two of them, and his student, who's also a very great Vajrayogini teacher. What's his name? Yangchen Dupe Dorje, who wrote the drum song of the gods. Great Vajrayogini practitioners. Okay. Very strong in the lineage of Pabongka Rinpoche. Okay. All right. Now, in order to save time, we're going to skip the root text because he covers the root text in the commentary. So in order that we can cover more material, we're going to skip the root text and we'll meet the root text inside of the commentary. So don't worry. Inside the commentary, the root text is indicated in, sorry,
The bold text.
Sorry. Okay. I think I'm allergic to hard. This is the allergy season. Sorry, if you come to Arizona, you can discover it. It's a great pleasure. Okay. Okay. This who's the
Ding Nguyen.
all right.
Ding Nguyen.
Is it me?
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. Tony sap mo ten trail ki ten pa lana me pa di ki luk le shen tu yu ba ma tong we na tun pa she cha wa ni ko tama ku chi
Gautama.
gotama ku chi pu ni te.
Great.
Good. Okay, good. So you're teaching of Dendel. What's that mean?
You're
Good.
teaching of dependence.
Yeah, but then he says submotender.
The subtle dependence.
Yeah, deep
Or
dependence,
deep
meaning
dependence.
emptinessified dependence. Okay,
Okay.
emptinessified dependence. Okay, you don't just teach dependence, you teach emptinessly dependence. Okay, and he's going to keep saying that. He's going to keep saying you teach dependence with an emptiness. What do you call it? Frosting? I keep thinking about cinnamon rolls. I don't know why. But you teach emptiness with the emptiness frosting on top. Okay. Therefore, you are Tumbalana Mepa.
Therefore, you are matchless teacher.
Good. And I don't tonga any shen than yours.
I don't see others teaching like you.
Yeah, I don't see anybody teaching emptiness like you with, I'm sorry, I don't see anybody teaching dependence like you do with the emptiness frosting on the top. Okay. Therefore, you are our teacher, capital T. Okay. Who is you?
Gautama.
Yeah, here's the word Gautama written in Tibetan letters. Okay. Gautama. Okay, Gautama. I will give $100 if anybody can tell me what's the literal meaning of the word Gautama.
Cowherder?
Power.
Huh?
Cowherder?
No. Huh? Okay, we got the guy who knows bull. Stanley got the $100. Yeah. So Tama. Tama is the superlative in Sanskrit. What's the superlative in English?
Mostest.
EST. EST.
Yeah.
Biggest, smallest, smartest. Okay. EST is superlative. In Sanskrit, it's Tama. Okay. What's go?
Cow.
Yeah, go means cow. Okay. Go means cow. So
He's the cowiest.
Gautama means and it means when you have a big herd of cattle, there's usually just naturally the biggest, nastiest, strongest cow runs up in the front and says, "Follow me," and you see this stampede. There's always one big, smartest, strongest bull up in the front. And in ancient Sanskrit, that bull was called Gautama. And it means the one who leads humanity to a higher goal. Okay. It's a beautiful name. Okay. Gautama. And you are Chikbu.
The only one.
Yeah. You're the one and only. Chikbu. Chik means one. Chikbu means, yeah, you're the one and only, What? You're the one and only Gautama. You're the one and only head bull. Okay. I'll give $300. There's only one person who can answer. We know who it is. There's another Tibetan idiom for Gautama. What's the Tibetan?
Huchok. Kyucho,
Who said that? Who said that?
Anatole.
Anatole? Oh my God. Was it, did I say 200 or 100? Yeah, congratulations, Anatole.
Yeah.
Yeah, cute choke. Wow, I'm impressed. All right, I better stop making big bets. Don't forget to collect your money however you can, probably from Ellie, okay? But don't be shy. Tell her I offered. Tell her it was 200, right? No, I'm kidding. 300, 300. By the way, all money that goes to parents goes to the sons, okay? Kiri's college scholarship fund, okay? You know that. All right.
Of course.
Oh, Q means herd, the group of cows. And choke means number one, like highest, like coin chokes. Yeah, the three highest, right? Q choke. All right. All right. Who's gonna read, Gibson?
Rebecca.
Should I read the bold or do I not read the bold?
You don't have to read the English, but just read straight through the Tibetan with the bold and the unbold.
Okay. Perna wa kelani sangyo sarwa shindu section sarakata wa angoy te chune siki tonpa trukso su Buf Murti Sani Sangwe Tunpani Mino Shepao.
By the way, you wrote me an email asking whether you should move to Rimrock. I mean, you got to ask Sugang and Shintian and see how they feel about it. Rob Haggerty, Lindsay, Jill, got to ask these guys.
It was Rob's idea.
You got to be to a certain level of realization before you can live in Rimrock. Okay.
I'll work on it.
We don't have a pizza parlor. We don't have a grocery store, but we have a great cafe. Okay. Fair enough. For example, by the way, Tibetan has 30 consonants, I think, or 28, 20 and 30. And there's a letter in the Tibetan alphabet that only comes in one common word. Wa, and it means fox. Okay. It means fox, small fox. Okay. Wa ke. Lani, Senge. What's a Senge?
Lion.
Wait. Inky and other people from that city. Singapore. Yeah. Senge is the ancient word for Singa. Means used in the word Singapore, the city of the lions. That's why they moved to Rimrock. Okay. Okay. So by the way, we have was around here. They're kind of like coyotes. Okay. Like coyotes. Okay. So listen, okay. Okay. That's a wah. That's a coyote. Okay. Then there's wah. That's a lion. Okay. Okay. And there's a very common ancient Sanskrit thing where you say, somebody says, I'm a lion. And you say, no, you're a wah. You know, the way you teach, it's like listening to coyotes go, okay. And you're not like, wah. Okay, got it? So he says here, don't call foxes lions, especially with reference to when they're teaching how authoritative, how mighty is the teaching. Don't mistake a fox for a lion, okay? Don't mistake a mouse for an elephant. That's what he's talking, okay? Says Shindu. Mutek Chen. Mutek Chen means what?
Non-Buddhist group.
You can say non-Buddhist. I like to call them, what do you call it? River group. I call them the river group. This is my new translation from Mutikchen. Tirtaka in Sanskrit. Why?
Put stools on the ghats.
Yeah, they think that if you go sit in the river on a stone, so the stone is under the water, but you sit on it, and they think then you're going to get enlightened if you just sit there in the river. I've done it. I did it. I had a friend who made me do it. And the river is the Ganges River, and you often see an arm or a leg floating by, because that's where they throw the dead bodies. And it's really an experience. Okay, so anyway, they're called river group, and it's a religious group that says if you put your body in the river, you will get enlightened or something like that. Okay, and there's two famous examples of river group people. They are Serkya, which is called Kapila. I put it here for you from the internet. Okay. Kapila is the leader of the Sankhya sect, the numerous sect, which is a common early Hindu group in India. A lot of the yoga teachings came out of the Sankhya sect. Okay, and then there's a Seksen, which is Kannada. Say Kannada. He's probably Canadian. He probably says a boot like Connie on Earl. What's this? What's a boot? What's it a boot, Geshe? So Kannada was the leader of the Vaisheshika, which means the detailer group. And I think they're famous because some of these guys don't believe in future lives. Some of them don't believe in karma. Okay. And these guys, so those are the two teachers of the two greatest groups that existed before Lord Buddha. Okay, these are the main teachers of two of the big groups that existed when Buddha came on the scene. Okay, Sen Lang. Then he says, when you call these guys Tumba, okay, when you call them teacher, it's Chambu, and I had to look it up because I've never seen it. Chambu means. Chuma means, do you know, Gibson, Chuma?
Flattery.
Yeah.
Artificial, yeah.
It's kind of like you come to somebody's house and they have a little Chihuahua dog and you say, oh, he's a real lion. Okay, got it? It's exactly that. Chuma means you just kind of make up a name. Chuma means false or artificial. And here it means like a little nickname for a pet or something. Okay, like, oh, my little lion. And he's like, yip, 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 okay? Then he says, you can call these guys Tumba, but it's just Chambu. Yeah, you can call them a teacher, but I mean, really, okay. That's like calling Maitri a philosophy teacher or something. I mean, he is, but it's like my granddaughter. She's 1 year old. Then you can say she teaches me a lot, but I mean, not philosophy. Okay, all right, got it. To call those guys teachers is a little bit super exaggeration. To call a coyote a lion is, you can say it as a joke or something, or, as a nickname, but it's not the real thing. Okay. So it's called Tumba Druk. There were 6 famous teachers when Lord Buddha came on the scene. There were already 6 famous teachers, but he says, you can burn them that. You can burn them. Yeah, you can just call them that, but come on, this is not the real thing. Okay, so burn means call. Why is burn an important word?
Tibetan, because they have to yell between the valley.
It's the Tibetan name for Tibet, and the bet in Tibet comes from bur. Okay, and the early Jesuit priests who went to convert people in Lhasa, they heard Tibetans call their country but. So they made up this word but, and it became Tibet. Okay. So this is the root. The BOD is the root. And it means to call somebody. And Tibetans explain the name for their country by saying, you can call to India from our country. We're close enough to the Holy Land. We're so close to the Holy Land that you could yell across the border and somebody could hear you on the other side. So the Tibetan name for Tibet is Yell. Okay, the Yell country. Okay, got it? Okay, and then the Jesuit priests misheard it. Yes, and that's very interesting history. I think it was in the 1500s that Christian missionaries came to the capital of Tibet, Lhasa. And those books still exist. I've seen those books that they wrote. And one of them wrote, he studied the Lamrim Chemel, 1,000 pages, and he wrote a refutation in Tibetan, a Jesuit priest, an Italian priest. Those guys were hardcore. Those guys were serious, okay? Probably they were mixed nuts in their past life. Okay, Senyi Samwe Taba Mayan. What's Senyi Samwa mean, you guys?
The complete.
It means a teacher who has all the necessary qualifications to be a teacher. Senyi Sang means complete. Senyi means, here it means definition or qualifications. So they are not. So what's Quicksilver Lama really saying here? He says you can call them teachers who were there. These are 2 of the 6 teachers who were there when Lord Buddha reached in when he showed up on the scene. But I don't know if you could really call them a teacher. He's questioning whether you could even call them a teacher. Okay, got it? Why? They don't teach
The pen.
They don't teach the pen according to emptiness. Okay, they don't teach seeds according to emptiness. So I don't know if we can really call them a teacher. Okay, it's very interesting. Okay, all right. I think we should write our footnotes for our books from our other books. So Ben's book, the red book here, explains those 2 quote teachers. Okay, and you could take your footnote from there. By the way, why did Geshe italicize the word folios here?
The page will change.
Because the page number will change.
Yeah. In our translations, in the English, we always put the Tibetan page number. We always tell you what Tibetan page we're on, okay? When you put these books into ebooks, and when you make bigger letters or smaller letters, which is a huge headache for Rosa, it changes the page numbers. You see, you can't say, go look on page 100 if you want to know about these 2 teachers. You have to refer to the Tibetan page, which is inserted into the text, and it will never change. It will never change. So when you're referring to a mixed nuts book, we put in the original folio number. We put in the original Sanskrit number or the Tibetan number, and you can go straight to that. Okay. So when you write a footnote, okay, Gibson, you're gonna use the folio number. All right. Who's up next, Gibson?
Daniel Garcia.
Uh-oh.
No, it's not. It's not. It's Ni.
Yeah. Nipa ni I mao dompa shet sok shik chet chik gi. It's blocked on my screen.
Dunla.
Dunla.
Okay. By the way, in 10 minutes, we're going to go to the part of the class where we discuss, is there anything in this book today that you can use in your real life? Okay. And that's a exercise that we're going to do with every day that we have translation class. We're going to do like 15 minutes discussion between everybody. If you have any ideas how we could use today's class in your real life, okay? And hopefully you can always use something in your real life, okay? So please start thinking about it. And in 10 minutes, I'll ask for volunteers, or I will assign a volunteer. Okay, so Nippon means I forget. Oh, here, every time every time there's a header, like a chapter header, in Tibetan they'll say number 2 from before, and you're like, what? They say, oh, number 2 from before, and they never tell you what it is. So Grandpa always goes and inserts it for you. And number 2 was. Whoa, what's that mean, Gibson? We had it.
Okay, I bowing down to the teacher who is matchless.
Yeah, okay. So we reached now the part where he bows down. Okay. Who bows down? Tsongkhapa. Okay. And there's a lot of MOs here. Look. MO Tumba, MO Jab, MO Majo, MO Gun. Okay, so we gotta figure out what's MO. Okay, here's the dun. Who's gonna read, Gibson?
Daniel can continue.
Oh, you're torturing him. Okay.
Yep. Hold on. My screen's blocking half of this. Let me change.
Yeah, right.
Oh, really?
And
Hold on.
did your homework, right?
Okay, here I got it. Okay. Doni I mao de mo tsarwa sheni tendrel share more say that semo dumpe tompa la named padang e mao chu ni jikpe kyab na lu wa me padang.
Nice. Okay. Now don't forget we had MO 4 times in this verse. Okay. So hopefully Lama Quicksilver is going to say, hey, you guys curious what's MO? MO. Okay. He says, what's MO? MO means what's
amazing.
What do you in Sanskrit? Something similar. MO. Yeah. Gibson, in Tibetan, it's ngotar. What's that?
Mota. Amazing.
Yeah, wow. Wow. It's MO means wow. Wow, you're the teacher. Wow, you're the protector. Wow, you're the best talker. Wow, you're our savior. Okay, it's 4 wows here. Ngotar means wow, amazing. Okay, ngotar. Kyuni, why is he amazing? He taught Tendo Sambu. Gibson.
He taught the deep dependence.
Yeah, emptiness, coded dependence. Okay, what do you call it? Frosting, emptiness, frosting, dependence, cinnamon roll. Oh man, I'm getting hungry. Okay, Samo, what's dome mean here, Gibson?
Explain.
Yeah, explain. And oftentimes dome, nowadays dome means the teacher makes poetry out of a book to help the student remember it. So they'll take a long book like the Vinaya Sutra, and they'll make a dome, which is small poetry that's in verse, so it's easier to memorize. Okay, that's a dome nowadays. So he gave the teaching. Therefore, because he taught because he taught dependence with emptiness, frosting on it, he's Tumbalana Mepa.
He's matchless teacher.
Yeah, he's the best teacher of all. Emaho, wow. And again, Emaho, wow.
Wow.
You're the Gyapa from Jikpas.
You are the shelter for those who in fear.
Yeah, you protect people who are scared. Okay, what's a famous jig that you guys know in Tantra? Jigche, Yamantaka, the frightener. In Sanskrit, Bhairava. And in Sanskrit, BH becomes F in English. Fear, the fear. Okay, so Bhairava came into English as fear. Okay, so you are the protector for people who are scared. Okay, and you are a protector who is Lua Mepa. You never Lua.
Don't
deceive.
Bye.
It means you don't deceive, but it means you never let people down. When they come to you for protection, you never say, "Oh, I'm busy right now," or "Hey, today, I don't think I want to take on that problem for you." You know. So Lua Mepa means, what do you call that? Infallible. Anytime you need help, they will be ready, and they don't say, "Come back tomorrow." Okay. All right. Now we covered 2 MOs. We still got 2 MOs to go. Okay, who's next, Gibson?
Alisa Chen.
Ooh.
Alisa Chen. No? Oh.
I don't know how to read it.
Try to.
Gibson, I think
ni
go to words.
rims king ning nas monk to grew. Pardon. Mo code ni from par rinking mampo the dom bra in la. I'm sorry.
No,
okay.
good. Just go to words class. I think words class is after this. Okay, Emaho, wow. You are the. What's that mean, Gibson?
You are the best teacher among all of teachers.
Of all the teachers in the world, you are the best. Wow. And also, you are the best gumbo.
You are the best savior protector.
Yeah, Pongba means literally poor people, but it means people who are spiritually poor. Okay. Pongba, you are the best protector. In fact, there's no dawa of you.
Yeah, no. Yeah, match.
There's nobody. There's no match for you. Yeah. Dawa means moon. It's the word for moon, but it's called moon because it's the match of the sun. So we call the moon in Tibetan is called the match of the sun. Okay. And I think we mentioned before that there's a beautiful word kunda, which means your body match, which is the name for your wife or your husband, your other half. In English, we say your other half. Okay. All right. Let's keep going. Who's next, Gibson? We got one more sentence to go, I think.
Okay. Diamond Mountain Tech.
Wow, Diamond Mountain Tech. Come on, they're going to have a nervous breakdown next week. Who's that? I think their tech's not working yet.
We are ready. Carding is reading.
Carding, let's go.
Thank you, Father. Dana, Tenchik Jelpar, Chung Walekpar, Sung Pe Tonpa, La Namepa, De La Dak Chak Selo Jepao.
What's it mean, Carding? Dak Chak Talo, what does it mean?
I bow to you.
Yeah, I bow down to you because you're such a cool teacher because you taught the pen. Okay. And you taught it well. What's this? Hey, Kading, don't go away.
Dear. I thought I could escape.
Where do you see this lake elsewhere? Lake. Where do you see?
Lek Parsho.
What other book do you see lake?
Heart.
Lekshe Nimpo, I heard from the Peanut Gallery.
Heart Sutra. Give it to me from the Heart Sutra. Lexo.
Or the Sojang.
Hey, I'll give $20 for the Sanskrit of Lexo. Huh? Crew is English. Yeah. Siddha. Okay. How much did I say? $5? No, $20, I think. Okay, collected from Rob.
Thank
All
you.
right. I bow down to you because you spoke dependent origination so damn well. All right. We're gonna stop there, Gibson. And Gibson, Grandpa's gonna relax, have the rest of my coffee. You're gonna lead a discussion. You're gonna choose people who want to suggest how can we use today's class in our real life. Okay, I'm out of here.
Okay, cool. So we are at the very beginning of this book, and this part is basically Tsongkhapa praising Lord Buddha. He teach the dependence with the emptiness fasting. So how can we bring this teaching that the pain with the emptiness to our own daily life? If anyone have some comment, or you can pick up some other teaching in this class, then you think you can put into the class, put into the daily life.
By the way, I'll start with one thing. Okay.
Okay.
In it personally, I'm very disturbed about the new war. There's a second war now going on in Israel and Palestine, and if I really understand dependence and emptiness means nobody started the war except me. Okay. No one, the emptiness in that war that started this week, 3,000 people killed already. Innocent, I mean, mostly just people who were there by accident. If I see this war, then the emptiness of it is that it's not coming from anybody else. The dependent origination of it is that it's coming from me. And the practical application of that is that maybe I could try to be more unifying with people in my life and not be separated from people like there's this terrible separation in the Middle East right now. That's my use of this book for my real life. Do you guys have ideas?
Okay, Melville Palace say maybe I could try to be more unified. Okay, if I really understand dependent and emptiness, no one start the war except me. Cool. And this is really useful for my daily life in Taichung, because we all ride the scooter, and some people just don't know how to ride a scooter and do some very violent way, and we sometimes give them the sharp eye, and maybe we can stop to think where do they come from. Yeah, anyone can have the new idea about this? How about Emily? Do you have anyone? Anything?
Hey, Gibson. So Gang has idea.
Oh.
He said they got lousy drivers here also.
Yeah, Phoenix. Well, just joking. Yeah, I'm thinking based on the praise for a teacher about those 6 who are great teachers before Lord Buddha, when Lord Buddha came in, and they didn't really fulfill all the requirements. So I think from this we can learn that in life, when we do things, we really need to know the exact requirements so that we can really fulfill the thing. For example, when you want to set up this room, I sent a picture to Nick, and Nick was saying a lot is going on. So, or even So in order to set up this room, we need to know what are the requirements so that we don't become panic last minute. Oh, this is not here, that is not there, So it's important to do everything in our life to ensure that we have all the requirements ready, and to know we call it so I forgot the term, but we just need to make sure that we have everything ready before we start doing things so that we don't get caught at the last minute and to hit the rubber hit the road or something kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Be
what
ready.
be ready. Yeah, with all the requirements.
Know what the requirements are.
Know what requirements
and
are.
have them ready before you start the class.
Yeah, but of course, don't delay with the excuse that you are not, the requirements are not ready. Yeah. So, yeah, that's what I have in mind.
Back to you, Gibson. Stay here if you want.
Oh, okay.
So I have
I got
another
one.
question. Yeah, Nick, go ahead.
The fact that he's praising the Buddha for teaching this one specific thing when the Buddha has taught many, many, many cool things. I thought it's kind of cool just to think about the fact that there's often something we can find to praise people about, and it's always goes a long way. Usually it goes a long way. If you can praise somebody, it's worth it to do it because people can usually use a boost. And by the way, Xuanzang, I was praising you when I said, wow, there's so much going on. I was like, wow, you guys are doing amazing considering that it's all in like this little room.
Yeah, Stanley too, and now Rob is getting involved too.
Of course, I know.
You always have the option to criticize people. But you know, we're having this MBA classes here this week, and as a manager of a business, for example, I mean, my experience is praising them goes a lot further. You know, finding something that someone's doing right, even if they're doing 10 things wrong, to praise them for something they're doing well. I think it's a good management technique. I think that's what Xuanzang was saying. Yeah. Back to you, Gibson.
Cool. So I have a question in my mind when I start to translate this book. Do anyone want to guess why Geshe Kaba praised the Lord Buddha? Because he teaches the dependent, not the emptiness. Because in the end, Geshe Kaba is going to talk about mainly talk about the emptiness in this text. So why not in the first praise? Geshe Kaba praised the Lord Buddha because he teach emptiness instead of dependent origination.
It seems like we call bait and switch. You know, like you tell somebody this car has really good mileage, but actually you're trying to sell it for something else. You know, it's not. The name of the book is praising Buddha for dependence. Mm-hmm. He doesn't mention emptiness necessarily. Mm-hmm. So why does he bait and switch? Why does he say Buddha's cool for teaching dependence when what he really wants to say is Buddha's cool for teaching emptiness? That's what Gibson's question is.
I have an idea.
Yeah. Okay, Mr. Moneybags.
Well, people in the world who are not trained in Buddhism, for example, they're interested in cause and effect, how things happen. So if you walk up to somebody and say, oh, the Buddha is so cool because he taught emptiness, they don't even know how that would be significant and what emptiness means. So I think it's really skillful to say that the Buddha taught how things work, how things happen in dependence, and then people get interested, and then to say that the only way that things could work is that they can't exist from their own side, or they're empty. That's like very skillful.
Yeah, so I think Anatol's saying, hey, you want to know where all this stuff really comes from? Do you want to know why your spouse is so irritating? Do you want to know where that really comes from? And rather than saying, do you want to know where your spouse is not?
I think it's also maybe to help people from going into nihilism and thinking, you know, if you just talk emptiness, some people, if they get a bad teaching, might think that there, you know, is nothing. So who cares? So I'll do whatever I want to be happy right now, regardless if I hurt someone.
Good.
I was thinking the same. Yeah. I think there have been times in history where people got a little carried away and weird. And maybe when I was first learning, there were these guys like Jack Kerouac or Alan Watts who were trippy and interesting and freaked everybody out, and no one could tell if they meant anything. And it seemed like Geshe Kappa was also teaching at a time where people were maybe a little carried away about emptiness and just wanted to think it meant you could do whatever you want or all bets are off. And Geshe Kappa, I think, is famous for helping people to see the connection between kindness and the reality that you see, the reality you experience. And so, of course, he would emphasize dependence as a way of teaching ultimate truth.
Cool. So I have another question. In this class, Geshe Kappa praised the Lord Buddha because he teach dependent with the emptiness, and he said the other Mudek, the river school, they are not a very qualified teacher. So here's my question: what would happen if a person only teach the dependent without the emptiness, or only use the dependent without the emptiness? What would happen? What is the result of it?
Well, then I think you have most religions that aren't Buddhism, where they talk about kindness and love, but they don't necessarily talk about emptiness. And then people try to live good lives, but maybe they can't achieve everything they want because they don't understand the emptiness side. And more importantly, they just continue to be stuck in samsara and they can't get out because they don't understand the emptiness side of it.
I think what comes up in my mind when you say that, Rebecca, is that, we hear people say, good stuff happens to you because you help somebody else. Good stuff happens to you because you help somebody else. But really, the point is, nothing happens to you except for how you treat other people. So that's a big difference. I think if you just taught dependence, Gibson, you would tell people, be nice to other people because good things will happen to you sometimes. And then when you say emptiness, it means how much of your moment-to-moment life is not coming from how you treat other people. The answer is 0. And that's a lot different from saying, please be nice to other people. It's saying every single experience, every single moment of your life is coming from how you treat other people. Something like that.
Cool. So, yeah. Does anyone have any takeaway from this class?
I just wanted to say about being grateful for your teachers.
Okay, cool, Rebecca.
And how important that is, and to never forget how incredibly fortunate we are to have amazing teachers, because not everyone has that karma, and we should always be thinking about that and always be asking our lamas to stay and never forget to do that.
Cool. And I think this is the most appreciated one in the translation class, because every time we translate the book, we spend a amount of time and translate the previous master. They are thanking the previous master. And I think this is a very good tradition. Through the way they appreciate, we can know what we will be learning in the class. Yeah.
One more thing I would like to say is that normally when I read the title, a praise for something, I would tend to ignore the book. But today, suddenly I think, because when somebody is praising somebody, if we pay attention, we will be able to get the essence and the gist of why the praise is there in the first place. And I think this is the best opportunity to get the whole essence. So instead of me having to read everything, I just listen to the praise and then I will get the gist of the whole thing. So I think this is a kind of good realization this morning for me.
I also think that, even in Buddhism, there's like in the Tengyur, there's a large section called praises, stotra. And some of them are really dull. And you're so great, you're so cool, I like you, you're nice, and they just go on like that. And they don't say why is the person cool? Or there's no clear reason. Why are you praising this person? And I think Judson Kaba, he turned the praise into a teaching. And I think that's I praise him for this. Yeah.
And I have a final point here. I want to thank Geshe Michael. Is that today when we translate the Muttepa, because I read a lot of text from the previous translation, we will translate the non-Buddhist school. And I think this is the nuance of the translation that we shouldn't to say that who is the Buddhist school, who is non-Buddhist school, and I think this is the art of the translation, that we can bring more people to understand the philosophy instead of the whose party is right, whose party is not right. And thank you, Geshe.
Yeah, I like River School. It sounds it's a lot more friendly than saying, "Oh, you're a non-Buddhist." I think so. I agree. I that word took about 20 years. Okay. All right. Uncle Nick, I think do you want to take us to
Sure. Yeah. Well, thank you, Geshe Michael. Thank you so much. And
thank you, Gibson.
Gibson. Thank you, Gibson. That was amazing. You're so cool and smart. We can all try to be like you. And everybody, thanks for your thoughts and your comments and sharing. And please keep coming, and please keep sharing your ideas for how to make this stuff practical. I think Monday we'll have Romanian language included as well. So if you are Romanian and you can understand me, you'll have that language next time. That's the plan. I'll try to make sure. Thanks, everybody. And we're going to hand it over to Peachtree World News. So first of all, stay tuned for some upcoming events in the Worldview area coming to your area via your Zoom, probably. And elsewhere, and also after that, we will have class for those of you who would like to learn the alphabet and pronunciation with Dr. Wordsmith. Really amazing classes. I've been seeing great results and hearing nothing but good reviews. So if you want to learn stuff, he's teaching stuff. And so please keep coming to Mixed Nuts. Thank you very much. Thank you, Daniel. Take it away.
Yay, that was such an amazing class. Thank you so much, Geshe. Thank you so much, Gibson. Thanks, Nick, and everybody behind the scenes. So for this 15-minute segment for the Peachtree World News, we're going to be bringing you some exciting news directly from Diamond Mountain Retreat Center. Geshe, did you have something to add?
Oh, no, just that you were cutting out on us, but you came back.
Okay, so we have with us here Venerable, Brigitte Mayer. She is the Madam Director of Diamond Mountain Retreat Center. And are you there with us, Brigitte?
Yes, I'm there. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you great. So we're excited to give the audience here on Xuanzang's Tower a sneak peek into what's coming up at the Diamond Mountain Retreat, and to show people some of the work that's happening behind the scenes to get that ready for both in-person and especially the online. So, oh, there you are. Hi.
Can you see me? Hi,
Yeah,
I'm here.
Where are you?
I'm here at Diamond Mountain Retreat Center. This is our beautiful student center, our beautiful sky, and our beautiful nature. And we have the honor that our matchless teacher is coming for retreat from October 20 to 29. And he will marry, because he's a matchless teacher, kindness from the grade 5th and emptiness. And during retreat, we are preparing for you. I go into the student center, an international group of volunteers.
Okay, so what we're looking at
Which
is
are
the inside of
preparing.
the student center.
Yes, you can't see the volunteers yet.
Oh, they're hiding.
Julia from Finland, Ina from the Peachtree World Cafe. We have stolen her. Marcela from Guadalajara, Regina from Germany, much more. And also our board president is already here. And we are preparing the cottages for you. We are sold out. So we also prepare online retreat places for you. You can join online. There is a big international group who is preparing these online rooms for you where you can do retreat.
Great, and if we can show, yeah, perfect.
Perfect, thank you so much for showing the QR code. So as when you book a room with us, there are 3 options. There's the free option where you get the teachings and classes for free, because that's our mission, to provide it for free. But we also have some kind of deluxe and premium online retreat places for you. And then there you get additional beautiful yoga classes dedicated to special beings. And we have 9 classes, which are very, very deep classes, and how to do retreat, being there, how to dive deeper into meditation, how to dive deeper into a place where you don't have a phone, which is very important to be successful and happy, and to understand the marriage of kindness and emptiness, which we are being taught in this retreat.
That's amazing. So what I'm hearing is that there should be no reason for anyone to miss the retreat, even though it's sold out at the end, because they can register online and they can take out their retreat anywhere in the world and listen to these teachings and have an incredible experience, it sounds like.
In 12 languages, with a schedule which is tailored to you, to your time zone, and how much time you have.
Amazing. So it's going to be a deeper dive into the wisdom of Nagarjuna and how to apply that to health practices. So we're really glad that you got to be with us today. Brigitte, thank you for all your work directing Diamond Mountain. And it's going to be a very exciting retreat. I look forward. I am actually going to be doing the online this time as well. So thank you for that information.
I have a tent ready for you if you want to camp.
Okay, great. That's a tempting offer. Maybe we can discuss it. Thank you so much, Madam
Thank
Director, for all your
you
work.
for inviting us.
Our pleasure. Thank you so much. So we'll see you soon.
See you soon.
Yay. And so we're going to move right on to our very next exciting story of what's happening in the worldview. We have a very exciting project in Mexico called the Green Stretch Pin Project. And we'd like to invite the organizers of that. We have Anatol, Mr. $300 Anatol, and we have Aisha as well, I think maybe. And so we want to show you guys a little bit about the exciting work that they're doing. Are you there, Anatol?
Yeah. Hola, hola.
Hola, buenos días.
Buenos días.
Señor 300.
Mr. 300. So we have a cool little video that we want to show of a bunch of pictures from your latest work. So they've been doing a project teaching children in the country of Mexico how to be healthier. So they're, as you can see in the photos, their kids are drinking smoothies. They're wearing their cool green shirts because it's a Green Drink Friday. and they all have their own special cups that they brought. So they're building up excitement in the next generation of teachers and happy beings that are going to be living in Mexico and living healthy lives. So Anatol, can you tell us something about that and tell us, some of the exciting stuff you're doing?
Sure, there's like a whole backstory to those blenders. Last year, this year, Daniel and his father actually came to Guadalajara to help us negotiate the price for the blenders. So we're actually getting the same price as Starbucks to get these industrial Vitamix blenders. We got 10 out so far to the schools, and they're really excited to get the kids eating healthy and learning special yoga exercises and learning about the pen and the 4 steps.
That's awesome. And so how's it going? I know there were some challenges, it's like you couldn't just give the blenders away. We had to make sure that they were going to use them properly. How's that going?
It's been going amazing. We got the government to accept the blenders directly, and they made a contract to distribute them to the schools. And actually, we just got a letter out from the Mexico office of Vitamix. They sent a letter out to the headquarters in America so that they can learn more about our program at Vitamix also. And hopefully we're going to get a factory built in Mexico. That's our goal, to get a factory built in Mexico to make the blenders here, because we want one to go to every school in the whole country.
Exciting. Cool. Well, we got to keep following up with the distributors and with Vitamix, and so it's pretty cool. Is there anything that you guys could use help with? I mean, how's that going?
Oh, yeah, always we can use help. We're trying to reach, we've reached 500 school teachers in Tabasco, Mexico, and they're going to need a lot of support to stay active, to stay excited, to keep learning more about, especially the ideas of the pen and how to plant seeds. So it takes a lot of effort it takes a lot of, dedication to stay in touch with them and to follow up with them. And so, yeah, we would love your help.
Awesome.
Especially anybody who speaks Spanish is really wonderful.
One state is in the bag, and now we're aiming for all the rest of the states in Mexico. So if anybody is a Spanish speaker and interested in helping the future generation of this world, please reach out to Anatol. Anatol, maybe you can put your email address in the chat so that people can reach out to you if they need anything. Or
wonderful.
If they want to help you with anything, I apologize. Or if they have any questions about your program.
Sure. Okay,
awesome.
Thanks so much. I'll put it in there.
Awesome. Sweet. So thank you, Anatol. Congratulations on your amazing project. And so for the last few minutes, we're going to bring the captain of the ship back on. And I just want to say, Geshe, you're so cool because you saw all these projects in your mind, and you're so cool for explaining and making it something that we could all be a part of. I have to say, just wow. You're amazing. Thank you for all the work, for always keeping the ship sailing, and for taking care of us all. And so we'll go back to you so that you can talk to the audience a little bit about the upcoming SCIM Summit in Kyoto. We have a QR code for that, and I thought you might want to talk a little bit about that.
Okay. As you guys know, we have the Sedona College of International Management in the great city of Sedona, Arizona. And we've been in operation now for 7 years. We have 350 graduates from the college. And along with Xuanzang Shi and Shintan, you want to come up, Xuanzang? We are starting a alumni association at Princeton University. Every summer, 26,000 graduates come for 3 days to the university. and they cause a lot of trouble. They drink a lot of beer, and but they also meet together, and they learn a lot from each other. They network with each other's businesses, and it's amazing. And they listen to lectures by great professors and stuff like that. So we want to have an alumni association for our SCIM. And I'm going to let Xuanzang tell you a little more about it. Yay! Yay.
Yeah, so this is the first reunion, and borrowing this great opportunity, we want to create a great alumni association, predominantly to pull everyone together. Actually, we have 390 alumni. Yeah, so 390. So that is a big number, and we really look forward to see one day, or with this 390 with the family, direct family members, we can have a lot of people. But this time around in Kyoto, our room is a bit limited, so we hope not to limit people's attendance, but maybe at the end of the day we may have to do so. So please register early. This is the QR code. Those of you who have at least attended one term of ACIM, please come. If you have not attended before, please come to our next ACIM so that you are eligible. This is going to be exciting and amazing.
And Daniel, I'm happy to conclude that in Kyoto, we're planning to have at the reunion, 7th to the 9th December, we're going to have Peachtree Breakfast Club in the Japanese restaurant every morning. Grandpa and Xuanzang and Shinten will be there holding breakfast club. Hopefully Shinten and Xuanzang are gonna, you want to come up, Shinten? They promised me sweet rolls.
Nice. Well, we're going to have to start distributing Peachtree cinnamon rolls in all over Asia soon.
Yeah. So look forward to all of you. And beside that, there are exciting events that we are planning, including
karaoke.
Yes, karaoke, and also the singing, the parade. The costume parade. Yes, a lot of exciting events. So make sure you register to SCIM term and also SCIM reunion.
And we're going to have a big dinner together on Tsongkhapa Day. So it's going to be a special day, and we're going to have a dinner together with all the alumni. So hope to see you there.
So be there or be square, as the saying goes. All right. Well, thank you guys so much for all the information. That's all the time we have today for our Peachtree World News segment. Word Smith, Dr. Word Smith, the incredible translator, is up next. Word, are you going straight away, or are they getting a little break?
We're going right away. Thanks.
Straight away. Okay. If you're ready for Words class, buckle up and get ready for an amazing time. And we'll see you guys back for Geshe class on Monday. Thank you, Dr. Word. Take it away.
Daniel, thanks, Geshe. All right, so we are studying the Tibetan alphabet. Thank